everybody, and welcome to Blood and Popcorn. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for being here with us. And with me, as always, me being TJ Rotell, your Valentine's Day sweetheart and host, are the Demogorgon, Denise Pantoja, and the one and only Odd Movie Master, Mr. Glenn Akers. Guys, happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for spending the V Day with us, the Big V, the V Diesel, V Daddy, whatever you want to call it. It's Valentine's Day. Thanks for being here.
Hi.
It's a big one. That was a big
Big
one.
V Diesel. Interesting.
Yeah. These are I've learned some new terms. And I'm always about learning new things. So I don't know that I'll use them in ever, but it's a good it's good intro.
I'm glad.
I
you
enjoyed
liked
it. Yeah.
I'm glad you liked it. And
Yeah.
thank
It's all
thank
about
you,
love today.
everybody in chat for being here and spending Valentine's Day
Yes.
with us. Hello, welcome to the show.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Yep.
Thanks for spreading the love.
If you're new here and you want to know what we're about, there it is in chat. And tonight we are going to be talking about a classic from the year 1999. We're going back in the Wayback Machine. I was a junior in high school when this movie came out. 1999 was a good year. 2000 was right around the corner. Everybody was afraid of Y2K. Everybody was freaking out that the world was going to end. I think was the Mayan calendar. No, that was 2012. You know what I mean? It was like a lot, but that's how long ago this was 23 years ago. This movie came out.
Oof.
And thank God, I have to say,
When you put it that way.
Oh yeah, thank God for Zoom's like soft focus filter, because there's so much more going on here. The 40's really showing, but thanks Zoom, sponsor the show me one day. But yeah, we're watching Lover's Lane is the movie we watched this week, and we'll be kicking off our discussion with tonight. But as the show has evolved, we've decided that we're not just going to talk about the movie that we watched. We're going to utilize it as more of a catalyst to discuss that movie and movies like it, things that are make us think of that movie. And tonight I can very much see us getting into more Valentine's Day horrors. This isn't our first Valentine's Day. I think we've done before prior. Did we do two? We did Valentine's Day 3D. And then we did Valentine, I think.
We did
Was it My Bloody Valentine? Yeah, and then we did
remake.
That was the one in 3D, and then we did Valentine, the one with David Boreanaz, right? Yeah, so here we are again, Lover's Lane. Fun fact: this movie, I think, what was it, D? What was the quote you found? The review?
It was the beginning of a review on IMDb, and it said this movie is about 15 years past its time.
Yeah, it's just it feels and it looks very much like an 80s slasher movie.
It does.
Which honestly was only 9 years past the 80s, so it's not like it was super 99, 90.
No, you're not wrong.
10 years.
But that
differences though.
That does make a decade, which is a giant thing.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't feel like it these days, but I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, well, even you yourself, TJ, you were like, did movies look like this in 1999?
Yeah, because
we both agreed that maybe I don't think so.
Maybe not. It's just real grainy, real grainy, real shaky. I'm sure Glenn loved all the shaky.
You couldn't see the boobs.
I agree.
I mean, you couldn't.
It was a problem. It was a massive problem.
I think this movie actually deployed stunt boobs on a couple occasions. You can always tell when there's
too grainy,
when there's stunt boob employed.
You can,
because they don't show the face in the same shot as the boob. They'll like just go real close on it, and you'll notice the two of the actors in this movie, one of which, Anna Faris, legendary Anna Faris. This might have been one of her first, if not her first, feature film role.
I hate to correct you. I think it's Anna.
Oh, sorry.
I believe that's how you pronounce her name. I'm sorry.
Well, thanks for letting us know, D. Anna, if you're out there and you're watching, which I assume you are, my deepest condolences and apologies for the loss of your name through my mouth as it came out. But yeah, we had I had a good time this movie, and but yeah, definitely feels like it was shot in a fucking time machine.
Sure
Can we
did.
just I want to get into how you chose this, TJ, because this was your pick. But just real quickly, let's go over the movies that came out in 1999.
Yeah, drop a couple honesty.
Yeah, no
Varsity
shit.
Blues.
Oh my god, I fucking love Varsity Blues.
I know you do.
Not what I thought you were gonna go with, but all right.
Girl Interrupted,
Oh, I love
The
Girl
Bone
Interrupted.
Collector, The
Oh,
Haunting, Cruel Intentions, Sleepy Hollow. So,
dude,
Oh, you're
Sleepy
going only horror.
Hollow.
what? I mean,
Vars-
I,
Girl Interrupted isn't quite. I mean, I was just
Varsity
I
I just
mean,
Blues.
looked up 90. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do you want me to look only
Var-
at only horror,
the only
Glenn?
thing,
not,
the
Did I
only
no, no,
thing,
no,
ruin
no, no,
everything in the
the
no.
only
Like
thing
show?
horrifying about Varsity Blues was how attractive that cast was.
That's
Like
true.
premium James Vanderbeek, premium Scott Kahn. Oh yeah, that was an attractive
It's true.
cast. Paul Walker, R.I.P.
I was only saying that because I think it might be the best year of cinema. Like
All genres?
your like B movie that year was The Matrix.
Oh
Like that
shit.
was
Wow.
Yeah, I guess you're
like
right.
I think this was the year of American Beauty, which hasn't aged awesomely. But when it came out, it was
Oh, why is
amazing.
that, Glenn? Was it
Uh, I don't
was it
know.
the people in it? One
No,
in
people don't like
particular
roses.
who's a massive scumbag,
Roses.
or was
People
it
don't like roses.
the fucking pedophilia? Man, like the cinema got away with a lot back in the day. They really stretched their legs when it came to pushing the envelope on what was okay.
Nothing was taboo.
No,
I
nothing was
mean,
off limits.
Oh, this was Blair Witch, House on Haunted Hill, The Haunting of Hell House, Lake Placid. I mean, like
it was a,
Scooby Doo and the Witch's Ghost.
it was like it like literally is one of the best years in cinema. It's like mind blowing if you look at the list of movies that like came out in '99. I think because like we were talking earlier, uh, everyone was afraid the world was going to end, and they're like, "Fuck it."
They're like, let's just get all the best ideas out there. The Sixth
It-
Sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
so
I'm
good.
gonna stop.
No, no,
saying
no.
things.
No, it's an amazing point because like I've made this point before, like how '99 is like one of the best years, but
I never thought
Yeah.
about it. Never thought about it that way either. Interesting.
and then 2000 isn't.
2000, the year I graduated and then promptly moved to California to become an actor.
Ooh,
Boy, oh boy. 2 auditions and I gave up that dream.
Wait,
did you get on a plane?
I did. I got on a plane and I listened to, when I got off the plane and stepped foot in LAX, I promptly on my CD Walkman, my Sony 20 seconds of skip protection,
It's key.
CD Walkman put on, uh, what was the Poison song? Mama's Fallen Angel.
Poison was still doing music.
No, this was off their greatest hits album.
Oh, I was
But
like, wait a
I
minute.
was raised on 80s hair metal. It was one was like Win Big, Mama's Fallen Angel, like that one. I had that, and like I remember like LAX looking like the ceilings were 100 feet tall, and just being like, oh my god, I was 18. I was freshly minted 18. I was 18 for a month, and I moved 3,000 miles away from everyone I know, except for
And they haven't
one person.
updated a thing at LAX.
No, not a single thing.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, the year was 1999. A young Anna Faris was cast in this movie. Death and Saints. You're not incorrect. You're correct. Varsity Blues had a whipped cream bikini, and the Not Another Teen movie spoofed the whipped cream bikini.
Yeah.
with the glorious Chris Evans wearing the
yes.
whipped cream bikini as
Oh my
opposed to
god!
Allie Ward.
Speaking of beautiful people, Chris Evans, my word.
Man, how he's fallen. Oof.
I
Not
know, poor
attractive
guy.
anymore.
Never did anything after that. Not Another
Mm.
Teen movie. I don't think.
Mm-mm.
No,
Just got
really
uglier
fell off the
with
face of
age.
the earth.
Guys.
But yeah, so this movie is an interesting one. Hey Floppy, interesting movie because we get what is, I think, at its core a decent slasher movie. It just happens to look like it takes place in the 80s and feel very much like it takes place in the late 90s. I actually saw several articles of clothing that I think I actually owned, like full on, like, oh shit, I think I owned that sweater, but in blue.
Sure.
There was a dude with like he wore a sweater and like a hemp neck, like a tight hemp choker, and I remember
Sure.
having one of those with like these blue glass beads that my neighbor Amy made for me. Um, and yeah, I, just from the jump, I liked it. I thought it was terrible, because it is.
Yeah.
But I have such a soft spot for bad horror movies. I just really love them so much. What were your guys' initial thoughts?
Same. Uh, I have a soft spot for bad horror movies, obviously, I think as we all do.
Yeah.
This is probably the tail end of what I like in era of like bad horror movies, for the most part. Um, I don't know, like when it first started, and I just like saw the wardrobes and the hairstyles, I was like, oh shit, I'm in high school again. Um, and it brought up emotions that I didn't realize I had still.
Yeah, you were working through some stuff.
Yeah, like a few of them were like, "Oh, you look like people I had crushes on in high school." But more attractive because they were actors. But whatever. Anyways, yeah. Uh, I enjoyed this. I would put this more in the upper 50% of what we watch here. I think I said this earlier before we started, but that's not a wildly ringing endorsement. Hmm. I'm gonna ruminate on that for a minute. Sorry, D. Go on.
No apologies necessary. First off,
There it is. The show's
there it is.
officially begun.
Oh no, it began.
Everything else.
Is that a surge?
It's now begun for me. A
Everything
surge.
else before this
The
was
90s.
just
Is it not a surge? Maybe a
fluff.
jolt?
I don't know what those are.
Oh, Jolt Cola. Talk about
Jolt.
You don't remember surge either? What?
No.
I guarantee this high school had a Fruitopia fucking machine in it for sure.
Fruitopia?
Oh man, fruit
Like the
Orbits.
gum?
Remember Orbits?
No. Yes, I do.
No,
The-
that was
the-
Fruit Stripe.
No, Orbits was a
Orbits-
weird gel drink with
Yeah, there was like
alien vomit balls in it.
yeah, like little like they call it spherification now in cooking. But it's like a jellied fruit snack in
It was
the
awful.
In the drink.
Ugh.
It was really bad.
Oh, they're so
Really
weird.
Um,
You don't remember Fruitopia?
mm-mm. Nope.
I don't know if
Was
I
it? Is that what it was
remember
called? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sorry, I keep interrupting about 90s bullshit we had in high school.
That's okay. I'm pretty sure they had Dr. Pepper in the 90s, so
They
this
did.
is on brand. I was very entertained at the beginning because I was like, what? It was wow. Yeah. It definitely did have a feel the feel of a movie out of time. You know, there's so many times where we're like, they were way before their time. This was the opposite. Part of what that review said, and I think you mentioned it earlier, TJ, like it probably would have been a cult favorite, maybe, if it had come out in the 80s. I had never heard of it. I didn't even know it was a thing. And I thought Anna Faris's first role was in Scary Movie. I thought that's where she was discovered. Can we also give props to the Queen for being the best actor in that movie? Like, holy crap.
Yeah, she was.
She was great. She was so genuine. But the beginning was just it was very melodramatic. So I laughed a lot. And then it yeah, I mean it was fun. I didn't hate it. But there were so many things. There was a lot of running commentary for me on this one. But TJ, where did you even come up with this? Like,
This was my main question.
Before I get into that, I just want to say two things. One, apparently the cameras used on this were Arriflex, so it had to have been the sheer lack of lighting that made it look so grainy.
that I
Maybe
did
that-
mention that.
Maybe that and they threw an old lens on it to give it that look. Maybe it was all intentional.
I think Honestly, I think this was just a terrible, terrible video transfer.
Oh, you're probably right. Yeah, I could see that being a thing.
Like
Um,
like a bad, bad DVD VHS rip.
oof. Yeah, I could see that being a thing. Um,
Could be wrong,
Which is going
but
to be
like
solved soon, right? You said it's coming out
it is.
soon.
I'm gonna buy it. No joke. I'm buying it on Blu-ray. I
I
liked
hope
it.
Anna gets residuals because I love her and I
She
will buy it
certainly
just for
will.
her.
She certainly won't.
I, she didn't have that
Then,
kind of pull in her
No.
contract
then
at that time.
forget it.
But I will say,
It is getting a Blu-ray from Arrow, which is, I don't want to say it's weird because they put out some movies that shouldn't be on Blu-ray. uh, but yeah, it's getting a new Blu-ray release later this year, I think, maybe this spring.
why they didn't release it today, I don't know. But
I don't know. We'll see. May I have a feeling because it was shot on film. Like obviously there wasn't. I mean, they could have shot on video, but they didn't. Like it has to look better than this
yeah, that would be
because
great.
basically the only way you can watch it currently is on like a 4:3 full frame terrible video copy. Thanks, Amazon
On
slash
Screen Picks or whatever it
Screen
was.
Picks. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all signed up for a free trial of Screen Picks, watched the movie, and then promptly canceled Screen Picks afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, but Denise, you were talking about Anna Faris being the queen of the actress movie. But I will say one thing that's hyper awesome to me. Fun fact: Aaron J. Dean, who played our final girl Mandy, also in the opening played her own mother Harriet.
Oh.
Yes, that's that. I think that is so fucking rad. But yeah, Aaron J. Dean played both Mandy and Harriet Anderson in this film. So yeah, fun
I
fact
didn't
there.
realize that.
But this movie, I picked this movie because I was like, we'd done Valentine. We did My Bloody Valentine 3D, which are two of the best Valentine Day horrors out. And I was like, fuck, I was really struggling. Like what other Valentine's Day horror movies exist? So I Googled it. I went to the Google and a bunch of movies came up. There were two that really caught my eye. This one and a movie called Cupid, which is a little more recent and probably a little scarier. It's like a monster version of Cupid, like an evil fairy, like a fey creature, which looks really good. And we'll probably do that next year if the world still exists for Valentine's Day next year. Uh, but yeah, this one, what ultimately pushed me over the edge was Glenn. I threw out Cupid and Lover's Lane, and Glenn was like, "Oh, Arrow's got a Blu-ray of that coming out." And I was like, "Oh, well, that's easy choice then. Support physical media. Go buy physical media.
There we go.
Promote this movie."
Yeah, we're helping sell it right
Yeah,
now.
that's it. But that's really what it came down to. That and the Anna Faris factor being like,
Yeah.
it's so cool when you get to see people who got their start in horror, like Jennifer Aniston, Demi Moore, George Clooney, like some real big A-list names got their start in horror. And Anna
And a
Faris, I
couple of
did not
these,
realize was one of them. I mean, because Scary Movie's horror, but it's comedy horror, so it's
but also a couple of these other actors went on to have significant careers.
yeah, absolutely.
You were saying the girl who played Chloe, she was on Chuck, right?
Yeah, I think it was Chuck.
And then the other guy, what was he on?
I can't remember which one that was. I mean, Sheriff Tom Anderson, Matt Reedy, Rady, Riedy. He went on to do a bunch of stuff. Like the movie must have had a decent sized budget because the crew on it is gigantic. Like it's a massive credits list.
Matt Reedy. I just want to throw it in there. He has a phenomenal voice.
Oh yeah.
I love that man's voice.
But him. That was him right in the opening, throwing himself around the screen like a rag
He
doll.
was so bad in the opening.
Oh god! Like just and then like,
Yeah.
but what a shitty thing. Like you're the sheriff, so your job sucks as it is. But now you're like it's Valentine's Day. you got to show up at a crime scene, not only to find your wife dead, but also that she's having an affair.
And your kid's in the car.
And your daughter's in the car. And it's like, oh, you feel for the sheriff, but oh man, him flailing around on screen just, oh my God, oh my wife, oh Harriet. Oh God, it was just
it was
fucking really set the tone.
Although can anybody, like, is anybody else here with me? That kid was not 4 years old.
No. Fucking
because
10 years
when
old,
they're
kid.
like 13 years later, I'm like, are these kids in college? Like, what the fuck? Like, is she like 21?
Yeah,
It's true.
yeah, but she probably was. I mean, I'm sure she was at least 18 when she grew up, because I think we see her boobs, right? Or is she one of the ones in the other car? Was Harriet in the first group? That because there's the group we see get murdered, and then they find another couple that had also been murdered. When that happened, I don't know. Do they get murdered?
No, because they keep saying he only killed 2 people. I think it was just Harriet and the other guy.
But don't they open the car door and find 2 more people fall out? Or was that when they were?
That was Harriet and what's the guy's face? So the boobs we see, the couple we see making out at the beginning, they hear the hook man, and they go out and they discover the bodies of Harriet and what's his face.
And then they don't get killed?
They don't get killed.
Oh, I thought they did.
I thought they did originally, but as the movie went on, they just kept saying 2 people were killed. 2 people were killed.
I'm going to have to, well, no, I won't have to. I'll rewatch it when I get the Blu-ray, because I'm certainly not signing up for Screen Picks, even at $2.99, unless they want to sponsor the show, and then, and then I'll
and then everybody should sign up for
everyone
it.
should.
Listen, it was very grainy, hard to follow what was going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of flailing around.
That's actually true of the ending. I thought the ending was kind of confusing.
Oh yeah, it was absolutely confusing. But
Anyways,
I will say the ending
jumping
was
ahead.
Well, when we get there, I will say the ending was I thought was confusing, but also probably a little groundbreaking for the time. One of the first, and we'll get into that a little bit later on in the show.
All right.
But yeah, so like, let's talk about some of these characters, because we hit the archetypes pretty hard here. We've got our cheerleaders and our
with
jocks.
Over
We've got
and
like
over again.
our cool kid, our like weirdo nerdy kid with the Hawaiian shirt over the sweater. The big baggy jeans, like what are they, Junko jeans? Where were they
Jinko
jeans. I have friends that still
don't laugh.
Those. You can get those now. There, dude, real talk, if I could find a pair of those for a reasonable price, I would wear them. They're so comfortable. They're gigantic. They're parachutes.
Yeah.
You could fit 10 people in one pair, but like, seriously, they were I like big comfy stuff. I've lived in basketball shorts 2000s. And sweatpants for the last 3 years.
You like big pants, and you cannot lie.
And I cannot lie. Who was so, not favorite actor aside, who was your favorite character in the movie, you guys? Who's the one that really stood out for you?
I 100% love Janelle. She was such a sweet girl. Like, she wanted to get with the main guy, but she was still like, why are y'all so mean to Mandy? And like, she was becoming a part of the cool crowd, but she wasn't a douchebag. So I really I really liked that character. I was sad. What about you, Glenn? Spoiler alert.
I have to go with our killer, because he seemed necessary to more than once write how much prison food isn't good in blood on walls.
Prison food. Was it prison food sucks?
Sucks. Yeah.
Prison food sucks.
More than once.
What a funny thing to throw in there.
No swearing. No, like, I'm gonna get you, or like
Happy Valentine's
devil
Day,
worship or anything. Just
like, I'll see you on Lover's Lane. Like,
nope. Just prison food sucks.
I mean, he was probably the most honest of them all.
It's true.
Yeah, he really was. Prison changed him, as it does to so many.
TJ?
I liked. I think I was. who did I like best? I'd probably say the kid with the Hawaiian shirt and over the sweater. I think just because he reminded me of me in high school.
Mm.
Like I said, I never put the Hawaiian shirt over the sweater, but I did wear Hawaiian shirts. I did wear baggy jeans. I also wore Argyle socks with like Birkenstocks. If anyone remembers
Whoa.
that, like I'd wear shorts with like knee high Argyle socks. I had a collection of them with like sandals and then like tie dye shirts. And I had like my hair was like down to here. It was like shoulder length and like, big
I
beads.
think we're
Like,
gonna have to
I
produce
can
some photos.
I
oh
can
yeah,
picture
I'll
this.
find some stuff. I'll pull out my yearbook and I'll take some pictures and I'll drop it in the Discord at some point. I'll definitely. I'm not afraid to show people what I used to look like. I was very handsome back then. I was like very skinny, and very handsome. I didn't have this glorious beard though. That's the one thing that
That's true.
I do
And
like.
you
Did
know
you
what?
try though?
You were lacking.
No, I had the long hair. I didn't really develop like heavy facial hair until I was in my mid 20s. Like I had like wispy stuff, but I'd shave that off. Because I didn't want like the wispy beard. But
That's
You
fair.
grew into a beard.
Smart.
I grew
Smart.
into
It's
it. Yeah.
wise.
That's right. And it's all salt and peppery now too, so I do look like a wise old man.
It's. I mean, that it's wise that you didn't do that at the time. Not all of us were that wise.
No, Glenn, you had the wispy beard going on in high school.
Mm-mm. I'm not going to explain what I had. It's fine.
What about did Glenn? You said the killer, right? Was your favorite character?
Yes. Again,
it's-
just because he wrote that shit on the wall in blood more than once.
It's
Like,
it's funny because like this movie like it felt like a Friday the 13th movie.
mm,
Like it had that like, and I wonder again, like I hope one day we get to start bringing people onto the show, and we will actually soon enough. If you watched the Holiday of Horrors, our Holidays of Horror specials we did over December, you might remember Ugly Sweater Party. We've been in touch with those guys, and some of them are going to come on the show, and we're going to do what we're hoping to do at the end of every month for our last episode, which we're going to call, I think it was Blood and Popcorn Behind the Screams. It's going to be like a BTS, like a panel with like cast, crew, filmmakers of some of these movies we're talking about, and really excited about that. And the first one we're doing is Ugly Sweater Party, because we loved talking about that movie, and they were cool enough. They were in chat that night and they saw the show and they were like, we'd love to come on, and it kind of spun off this whole thing. But yeah, we're talking to them right now to see who all can come out and do the show. But yeah, that's something to look forward to in the future. But I would have loved to talk to these guys, man.
So you want me to try and find contact information for like Matt Reedy and
Yeah, well,
everybody else?
That'd be
even
great.
just
I'll
the
work on it.
director would be great. Like just to talk about the like John Stephen Ward, aka John Ward. I'd love to just pick his brain about like what like was their inspiration taken from the golden era of slasher horror, the early 80s, late 70s, with the Friday the 13th and the Halloweens.
there had to have been.
Yeah, because it to me it had that vibe. It very much felt like you could have stuck Jason Voorhees in this movie and it would have played, because they got the tone. Like the acting wasn't super good, and from what we saw, at least in the version we saw, like the lighting was terrible.
It was it was darn near non-existent.
But like the vibe, like it had that like vibe of like Camp Crystal Lake was just right around the corner, and Jason took a stroll down Lover's Lane. You know what I mean?
Do you want to give us a rundown of? We haven't really talked about like the plot.
Yeah, I'll give you a quick 30-second breakdown. So Lover's Lane, now that we're 32 minutes into the show, is a 1999 slasher movie about a killer who comes back after being in prison for 15 years, was it? To
13.
go after the children of the
Right.
people he originally killed. But there's only fucking two of them, so everyone else, I guess, is just there for fun. But
Body
Yeah,
count, baby.
he goes there, he goes on a killing spree in this small town. You know, it's got all the standard sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and then at the end we have a very interesting twist, and I think we're just going to talk about it. I think we're there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, you need to notate first off though that the people killed were the wife of a deputy who later becomes the sheriff and the husband of the future high school principal. So it's
oh
their
yes,
kids who are being hunted down in that
this is
group,
true, and there is some weird sexual tension between those two characters. Like,
which is never explained. It's a
no,
long story. That's all
yeah,
we get.
they kind of
Yeah.
touch on it a little bit, but it's never really there. But then we get to the end after everyone's been murdered in various ways. The killer has a silver hook hand, like I Know What You Did Last Summer. Um, Except this one's like way
Is this
bigger.
pre that?
Oh yeah,
When were those?
I think I Know What You Did Last Summer. Yeah, look that up, D. But I'm pretty sure it was. Um,
Probably.
but yeah, we get to the end, and this is where I think the movie both gets confusing. No, this was after I Know What You Did Last Summer.
97 was
Shut up.
Oh.
although I mean Hookman,
Urban
it's a
legend.
It
an
is.
urban legend. So.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So maybe they ripped off the
Oh my god,
killer's weapon.
that
here.
makes it even worse when you
It
think
is,
about
yeah.
the quality of I Know What You Did. I mean, listen,
Oh
I know they
yeah.
had a lot more money. They had $17 million, but still.
I mean, this had to at least have a million, like
Probably.
maybe half a million, but I'd say maybe a million.
I'll contest this probably looks better than how we saw it. They shot on location. They had tens of
In
actors.
Seattle, Washington.
Up in
Right.
Washington, yeah. But we get to the end to find that there is not just one killer, not just two killers, nay, three. Count them, three killers. You got the one
Dun dun dun.
who we think is the killer, who turns out to be falsely accused and jailed, who then ultimately becomes a killer because he murders the guard and then fucking murders the other killer at the end, or murders one of the other killers. You've got the brother of the sheriff, the town psychiatrist who runs the asylum, who's the main killer, and his daughter, Chloe, who's also
Who's a raging
So
bitch. Sorry.
3 killers in one movie, you know, and I really hadn't seen that until Scream. When did Scream come out? Now that we're looking at, but I'm pretty sure it came out before I Know What You Did Last Summer.
This is definitely a post-Scream movie. I think
Yeah.
Scream was like 96.
That feels right. 96 feels right. 95, 96.
I don't know.
95, Death is Sane.
96.
96. Yeah.
I mean, this was definitely post-Scream. Like,
So I wonder if they were like, you know what we should do?
It's
Right.
Let's take
the blender.
the weapon
right.
from I Know What You Did Last Summer. Let's take multiple killers, which was revolutionary when it came to Wes Craven and Scream, and we'll add a killer because with Scream, 2 killers that's been done. It's been done.
Right.
Nobody wants to watch that. No one wants to do that. 3 killers is where it's at. How do we get 3 killers in there? Well, let me tell you. And then they did, and then they brought it in there, and they did 3
And it's funny.
killers.
They
I
took
don't want to
the
be like, I knew what was going to happen. But at one point, I was like, oh, there's got to be another killer because I think it was when Janelle got killed. I'm like, okay, there's no way he was just outside smashing the window and then upstairs somehow. There's got to be another killer.
Yeah, Janelle gets it in a bad way too. She
It was inappropriate.
she doesn't die well, which is a rough go for Anna Faris.
How does she die?
She
Let's
gets
just
a
say
hook
how
to
she
the
dies.
cooch.
Go ahead, D.
Yeah.
What was that? Hook to the what?
Hook to the cooch,
Hook to the cooch.
which is, I'm guessing, because it ends up being, we said who the third killer was, right?
Yeah, we've disclosed all 3
So
killers.
the daughter of the doctor, and the doctor and the sheriff happen to be half brothers, by the way. Who's the raging bitch? I'm guessing it's because she was upset because she got dumped by the lead guy, and Janelle, Anna Faris's character, was trying to get with him. So there was some extra.
Well, like, but I don't
It's
know.
amazing those 4 knives didn't help her.
That shit was fucking funny.
So there's a scene.
Tell us about it, Glenn.
There's a scene where Anna Faris's character, for some reason, like, does the classic, like, I'm gonna take a kitchen knife, but takes 4 of them, and like wields them like this somehow.
Like fucking Wolverine.
Yeah, like I don't even know how you do that.
I'm sorry, 4 claws. Like what was it? What was Wolverine's daughter's name? X2.
I don't know. I only saw Logan. Isn't that his daughter?
Yeah, she's in there. Well, okay. No, I mean she's not officially. I don't think, but.
Anywho's
X23. There it goes. Thanks, Steph.
Yes, thank you. Oh, that is right. They do say that in Logan, I think, actually. Yeah. Anywho's, she somehow wields 4 knives for some reason, and it doesn't work.
Here's what I want to know. Anna Faris goes to lay on the bed. She shuts the door. She pops down on the bed, which is a small bed. And then we see the hook come out from under the bed. I don't know if it gets her in the...
That's what they make it seem like.
They do, but when we see the body later, it looks more like it was her abdomen that got it. Like maybe like it comes up a little higher and then rips down and spills out her guts. But regardless, where was this girl hiding? Because like the bed was like against the wall. And she would have been fucking hanging out of it by like 3 feet. It wasn't like a king size bed.
She was a skinny girl. It was a twin bed. It was like a day bed.
Yeah, her skinniness isn't gonna impact the length of her torso and legs and arms, you know. But anyway, that's besides the point. Was that your favorite death, D, or was that? Does anybody have a favorite death?
Yes. I forget which of the 18 killers at the end gets it. But one of them got like just a mild hook to the back. And apparently that was it.
The doctor.
And this was after getting shot?
Yes, Mandy got him in the back with the hook because he was attacking her father.
Yeah. And then that killed him.
Yeah. Well, she got him right in the spine.
Yes.
I think she buried it deep in his spinal cord. She took him out.
Sure. But that isn't death.
Well, no, but
Glenn, it's the suspension of disbelief.
I know, but like it was one of the things I was like, what? Like, because a hook by like design doesn't go deep. It like would go in and like just go in like an inch or two.
This hook was pretty big.
Sure,
it was comically large.
This was clearly made ridiculous. To be a killer's hook. I
also super love that it was like not kept in an Evans locker or like burnt or whatever. It was kept in a fucking bell jar.
That's what I said. I'm like, why does he have it under a cloche?
Yeah.
And then TJ's like, shouldn't that be evidence?
Yeah, exactly. Like
it's like a prize.
And then let me ask you
I appreciate it.
What prosthetics company in that town made 3 identical hooks? All of which, mind you, were very pointed and incredibly sharp. Dude, Captain Hook's hook wasn't as sharp or pointy as this killer's hook. And it's Captain fucking Hook. It's in his name.
Right.
It was his whole identity.
What, you think they made 3 hooks?
Well, I think that the killers didn't share hooks.
Yeah, but did we see all 3 in one shot?
No, but who was trading them out?
Yes, because
you had the doctor.
Oh, you mean in the reality of the movie?
Yeah.
I thought you meant the movie prop shop. I was like, they made one of these.
There was one of those. Now. No way did they spend money to buy 3 of those.
No. Sorry. Go on. That is a good point that I didn't think of. Yeah. Oh, weird. 3 people, 1 hooks. I'll just make them.
that was a video that came out in the 90s. If you saw it on the internet, three people, one hook. It was right around the time of some other videos with amounts of people and things that was going on with them.
What was your favorite death? I can't think right now.
My favorite death, I think it would probably have to be the fucking one girl gets hit by the car by our two main characters. I thought that shit was so funny. Like just
Fair.
like they're like go go go, and then like it's the killer, and then the lights hit, and it's the one girl who we all thought was dead just gets plowed by this car, and then the killer's like holding her body up with like a fucking hook hand. Like it was just a great shot.
It was.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
They were all kind of, no offense, uninspired.
Yeah, they were just murder. You know?
There wasn't anything like unique about any of them, and you know me, I love a good kill.
It's fair.
Maybe Chloe's, because it was just so satisfying to see that bitch go down.
Man, you really hated Chloe, huh?
I mean, I was just going with the bitch thing because that's what they called her. She was fucked up though. She did tell that guy, she's like, if you don't fuck me out, I'm gonna kill you.
Oh yeah, that shit was wild.
And you're like, whoa.
Yeah.
What?
Like,
were they hinting at an inappropriate relationship between her and her father?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
So.
He had a book on his desk that literally talked about inappropriate relationships between fathers and daughters.
I thought so.
Yeah, that was not. They weren't trying to mask that at all.
Do you want to tell us why he committed those murders and what in fact happened between the sheriff's wife and the principal's husband?
Glenn, do you remember what happened?
You don't remember?
I can't recall exactly what happened.
Okay, here's the thing.
Great.
Oh my God. The half-brother, the doctor, was obsessed with Mandy's mother. What was her name?
Harriet.
And he wanted her,
which was clearly one of the
Mandy.
writers, like aunties or grandmas or some shit, because
they working some shit out.
People weren't fucking naming their kids Harriet. Like
so
wasn't
No.
It's just, you don't put that kind of, like Harriet's not like, when you talk about names in movies, you want names that sound good. Like when you're writing, like that's why you'll see like so many female characters named like Sam, because Sam rolls off the tongue for a main character. It's just like you can yell it into the woods, you can yell it through the house. Harriet, like no one's like I mean, unless you're watching So I Married an Axe Murderer, like fucking Harriet is not a very common name. So to have it be,
it's a very mid 20th century name.
Yeah. There's no Ediths or Corneliuses in movies.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Esther.
So he's obsessed with her, and Mandy is looking more and more like her every day. And he's like, "Oh, you're looking like your mom," and you're like, "Oh." But apparently, he had somehow, for some reason, taken her up to Lover's Lane to tell her how he felt about her, and a co-worker came upon them. Why the fuck he was at Lover's Lane, it was never explained, but it ends up
Self-Lover's Lane
being that they weren't having an affair. He was trying to help. What did you say?
Self-Lover's Lane. That's why. Anyway, sorry.
He was in the woods.
Yeah.
Getting some
He was
Valentine's
trying to help
Day
Harriet.
self-care done.
Oh my God. He was trying to help Harriet out of the situation. And he got killed. And so did Harriet. And then the doctor blamed some crazy man he found in the woods.
Yeah, because why was he there? Why was the fucking, like, why don't we pick that up right at the top? Why was there the town psychologist there, the head of the asylum?
It was something like he had taken her up there to tell her how he felt.
Yeah, no, but why did no one quite, like, why, like, when the sheriff
how
gets
did he
there,
show up?
and he's like, I'll do anything I can to help you. Oh my
huh.
God. He's like really overselling the fact that he's not the killer.
This is actually
he
kind
is.
of the
Oh no,
through
I'm
line
not the killer.
of the whole movie. Like the through line of the whole movie is like people go to Lover's Lane for like reasons, and it's never explained why every time somebody goes there. Really,
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, we're going to Lover's Lane because it's where we're shooting today."
Also, I love
'Cause
that
that's
it's
what the
Lover's
script
Lane.
says.
You're right.
Everybody knows about it,
Right.
but you only ever see one car there.
Yeah.
It's true.
So it's
Well,
not like
it's
really
hard
a
to
makeout
get
spot.
to. They talk about that. They say like, yeah, if you can find it. It's like, well, yeah, it's in the middle of the fucking woods. Of course you can't find it. It's not a lane. It's the woods. It's Lover's Woods. You're in the middle of the
Lovers,
woods.
lovers clearing.
Yeah, Lover's Woods.
Doesn't have the. It doesn't roll off the tongue the same way.
Yeah. Sherwood fucking forest, you know what I mean? Like Robin Hood and the Merry Men were about to bust out in that bitch and fucking start rolling around shooting arrows at people, you know what I'm saying? Like that was in the woods. When they bust out of that place, they're like driving over hills and through grass, and it's like, man, unless you had a 4-wheel drive car, you weren't getting a Lover's Lane. I don't know how any of those cars got up. Those little 4 cylinders, heavy ass
There were
vehicles.
a lot of like very long, like cars, like 2-door,
yeah.
late 70s, early 80s cars.
Gotta pull the seat forward to get in the back seat. No no passenger side doors. It's never a lane. It's always a cliff or some shit.
It's true.
Death. That's funny. But yeah, I mean, like all in all, I think it's a pretty fun Valentine's Day horror movie. There's not a million of them. There was, I mean, from what I saw, there was like the top 15 Valentine's Day horror movies, and I'm pretty sure that's a lot of them.
Like
That's
the
like the
15 that were just
15?
ever made.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think that's the article I read was like the top.
There's an
15
opening, y'all.
Valentine's Day horror movies.
There is.
Yeah,
We need to fill this need.
but what do you do with it? You know what I mean? Like, what do you?
Well, I'm not going
know?
to say it here.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna.
They're
say
going to
maybe-
have to buy the
Cause
movie.
Because I
That's
did
true.
I did now just have an idea for a Valentine's Day horror movie, and
Of course
Ooh.
you did.
now I gotta. Great. Now I'm not gonna sleep tonight. Oh,
We'll
no.
chat about it later.
Oh.
And that's the end of the episode. We gotta talk about things.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Beep. Yeah, I think it was a fun movie. I'm glad we watched it. I'm glad we are talking about it now, and I will likely pick that up on Blu-ray from Arrow when it comes out.
Support physical media.
Yeah.
Do.
Closing thoughts?
Yeah, Glenn.
Oh, ooh, why did I not think of this? It is, it is very, like we said at the top of the show, like not of its time, like 15 years too early, like it, or too late, I mean. It feels like you're right. Like it was like an 80s slasher movie, especially the way it was shot. Like we certainly wouldn't make it now because like we weirdly live in a time where horror movies, like, we don't talk or see sex in movies anymore, weirdly. Like we're in a weirdly like prudish time, which is weird if you think about it. Like,
Especially
when's the
for
last horror
genre.
movie when you're just like, yeah, that's what I mean, like,
Yeah.
people are
They're
going to
all
Lover's Lane.
elevated now.
That's true, but like
They
also
have-
what?
They have award-winning actors attached to them
True. I mean,
after they've been nominated for awards, not before.
Yeah, that's accurate. I mean, we still have like the Smiles of the world, which are lower budget, but anyways,
I still haven't seen Smile.
it's derivative.
That's another episode of Blood
It
and
is.
Popcorn.
It's very good at the end. Actually, I don't want to go on a tangent. Anyways, it's very much feels like an 80s movie. I hope to God the re-release on Arrow's Blu-ray makes it look a lot better, because I think honestly if it looked a lot better I'd probably enjoy it more, which is a shitty thing to say.
I'm super curious about that.
I am too.
Now that you bring it up, yeah.
Like I also like, they didn't shoot it full frame for television. Like I have a feeling it was widescreen and it probably looks a lot better.
Yeah.
Anywho's, it's actually not that bad, especially if you take it as like a late 80s horror movie like it's probably supposed to be. I wonder if it actually wasn't written a long time, in the 80s, and then they were just like, oh, Scream came out, horror movies are popular again, let's try to make this meta, but not, and then throw in like one extra killer like Scream did. Which is kind of an interesting throwback if you watch it through the eyes of like being somebody who's seen 1999, it's a nice, weird throwback to see all of the terrible, terrible fashion that we thought was fine.
Man, I miss sweaters, bro, for real. I used to have a
Chokers.
ton of
I miss
sweaters.
chokers.
You talked a lot about the Hawaiian shirt over the sweater or sweatshirt,
Mm-hmm.
but like one of the biggest horror movies of the 90s was Robert Rodriguez with Josh Hartnett. And like through the entirety of that movie, he wore a t-shirt over a fucking long sleeve t-shirt.
Oh,
Like that was the 90s.
That look
Like
was
wearing short sleeve over long sleeve is so it's 90s. It's so weird.
so good.
Anyway,
Josh
sorry,
Hartnett
that was
in that movie, I had such a crush. I wanted to both make out with and be Josh Hartnett in the faculty. Like I was like, how can I get into low grade drug dealing in my high school and like be really fucking cool, like smoke cigarettes and drive a cool car. I never did any of that stuff, but
snort stuff out of a Bic pen.
Yeah, like I really like that character. The Faculty is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like that
Jon
movie.
Stewart takes the paper cutter like off its hinges. Like it's fucking great. Anyways, we should watch The Faculty.
Yeah, we'll do that one for sure. I love that movie. D, what about you? What are your thoughts?
I enjoyed it. I did. I think it was fun. There's just there's much that kind of pulls you out, but it was a good time. I have to call out the elephant in the room, which is the principal's wig. My God, it was awful.
God.
This
Wait,
is why
wig?
it's.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah.
So when she had it up, I was like, "Is that just a shitty hairstyle, or is that a wig?"
It's the one thing you can tell in the
and
terrible
then she
print.
put it down, and you're like, "My God!" And this is why it is incredibly important to have a wig stylist because.
Well, you know what, D? They did have a wig stylist, and her name was.
Wait, do we know
Katrina
this person?
Barbera.
Are you kidding me?
Katrina Barbera. She was a dedicated wig stylist.
Fuck out of here.
She has done one.
Maybe
movie,
she missed that wig.
And it was this one.
What other wigs were there?
I know. So maybe
hers was so important. Dude,
wigs were different in the late 90s.
They had a 4-person makeup department on this show. They had
4-person.
That's
they had a
pretty
wig.
hefty.
They had a wig stylist.
Does that include special effects makeup?
They had who was effectively what I assume was a makeup PA because she's credited as assistant hairstylist, assistant makeup artist, lead hairstylist, additional photography, lead makeup artist, additional photography. And there was a key hairstylist who was also doubled as their key makeup artist, and then a second hairstylist, second makeup artist. So they doubled up. Hair and makeup isn't on the bigger stuff isn't usually kept in the same department. Hair is their own union, makeup's own union. Rarely do those two cross paths, but
I don't think this was a union shoot.
They had 3 second ADs. They had a last assistant director. I've never even heard of that before. Have you heard of that, Glenn? Last assistant director? They had a first AD and a last AD, and I don't know what the fuck.
First and last. There's no second?
There was 3 seconds. Well, sorry. They had 2 second ADs and then a second. But Damian Payne, last assistant director.
Does that mean they like murdered them on set?
I don't know.
I've never heard of that. The only AD like weirdness I've ever heard of is third AD, which is just European.
Is that like an old
Yeah.
phrase?
Last AD, I've never heard that.
Know. We'll have to look into that and talk about it next time.
I'll ring up the DGA.
Yeah, I'll have to call Otto. Yeah.
No, Dan. We need to ask Dan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dan would know.
Dan Suhart will know.
Yeah,
he will.
What a legend.
Or he'll be like, I don't fucking know.
And to continue on with my assessment here, no. I sent us on this rabbit hole. I just want to say, Anna Faris. I don't think she gets enough credit. She does not get the credit she deserves for being an absolutely stellar actress, because I don't know if people don't understand just how hard it is to do comedy. Comedy is more difficult. I think it's universally accepted than drama, and to do it well. And she has always been 150% committed to everything she does, and that just makes her fucking fearless. It's just like she's amazing, and she was great in this, and so genuine, and I think she's adorable, and I love her.
Yeah, who doesn't? Anna Faris, what a legend. Yeah, I guess
True.
my final thoughts on this were it was great. It's a Valentine's Day horror movie. I really liked it. I could complain, but what good is it gonna do? It's a fucking 1999 B horror movie that was piggybacking on the success of its predecessors like Scream. I know you did last summer, and I can't blame them for doing what they did. And I'm a fan. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna buy that Blu-ray, and I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna see how it looks on Blu-ray. And maybe it's still 4.3, and maybe it's terrible, but I'm gonna give it its honest shake. I suggest everyone, if you
You'll
have
probably
Amazon
see them
Prime,
boobs.
yeah, if you have Amazon Prime, you can go and sign up for Screen Picks free trial for 7 days. If you want to keep it, I think it's $2.99 a month after that.
I
But
wouldn't do that.
you could promptly cancel that after you do it. Buy the Blu-ray. Go to Arrow. Go follow them on
Yeah.
social media. Buy the Blu-ray.
Give them a
But
couple months. It'll be out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the show. Don't know. I was gonna do a bonus round last week, but I've been really tired, so I didn't. We're not gonna do it this week, so I'll be out of town. But I think starting in March, we'll get regular with bonus round again on Thursday nights, which will be cool. There's a lot of stuff I'm wanting to play, and we'll do that on bonus round. And then who knows what else we'll start doing here on Channel 29 again. But at least for now, Blood and Popcorn is back, and it feels fantastic to be back. We do have a lot of stuff in the works for this brand. So if you don't already do so and you'd like to do so, go ahead and check out the socials.
Smash that like button.
Go smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Go and check that out. We're gonna start doing TikTok stuff for Blood and Popcorn. Channel 29 is gonna have some of that coming out. There's gonna be some original content coming out on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. We're launching the YouTube channel soon, where all of these past episodes from everything on Channel 29 are eventually gonna get uploaded to the YouTube channel, so you can watch them there. And gonna keep trying to push this as far as we can. So we appreciate everybody's support. Appreciate y'all coming to hang out with us and spending your Valentine's Day with us. I hope everyone had a great day. I hope you loved your loved ones, loved your fur babies, your lovers, your friends, your plants, whatever it is that you showed love to today. I hope you got it back. And if you didn't, know that we love you. We fucking love you guys, and we appreciate you guys being here. Thanks so much for all the love you give us over these last couple of years. We very much appreciate it, and we will see you next week for whatever D is going to pick to watch.
Oh my gosh, I know I need to pick soon. I'm
Oh
not.
wait,
gonna
no,
pick,
it's next week. Is next week the fucking what's supposed to be the ugly sweater party episode?
Oh, is it?
I don't think so.
No, I think
the end of the month.
Yeah, no, it is. It is February 22nd because we don't have.
Shit, because there's no 29th.
There's no 29th. Yeah, so next week, if it happens, if they're available, we'll do ugly sweater party reunion. That format's gonna be totally different. It's gonna be like a Comic-Con panel.
And I have 2 more weeks to pick.
Yeah, so Dee's got a couple weeks to pick. In March, we do have the new Scream coming out, so maybe we'll go check that out and talk about that. Maybe we'll do like a Scream marathon and talk about the whole franchise. That's going to lead up to the new Scream coming out, which would be cool. It's St. Patrick's Day, so we'll find a fun St. Patty's horror movie to do around then. But stay tuned. We got lots more coming up. And until then, Glenn, Denise, do you have anything you'd like to add before we go?
Lock your doors when you walk inside. Make sure that you keep a light on.
Ooh.
I don't have anything.
Yeah. How do you follow that up? That's the show. We'll see you next time. Good night, everyone.